Hello, Kuma Mint Hill families. This is Miss Dixon. I hope everyone is well. I wanted to address the strategy that I'd like our math students to use when they are doing their math assignments. Here in the classroom, this is the standard that we uphold. And I want to make sure that we are being consistent at home. The only way that we're going to see success in this program is that we are all on the same page. We're working together, we're communicating, and you understand what I'm doing in the classroom, and you're able to follow suit at home to the best of your ability, okay? So I want to demonstrate what the worksheets should look like at home when your child is completing math. So for the math assignment, of course, we want your student to put their name, and if we could do a last initial, just because some of our students may have the same first name, so just to be consistent across the board, let's just do first name, and then we could just do the first initial for the last name for everybody. And then for some students, I go ahead and date a couple of the assignments, but we do expect our students to put the date. You can help them depending on how old they are. And then before we put the time, this is where I want to make sure we're on the same page. It is really important, in order for us to be able to teach the technique of mental calculation and to get practice in that area. The way that I'm about to show you is how a math assignment should look at home. All right. First, we want our students to separate the pages. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ms. Dixon, it's going to be a mess. The page is going to be everywhere. It's going to be all over my house, all over the table. But listen, we have to do this, okay? This is part of the process. Our children can learn. They can learn how to put them in a neat pile, in a neat stack. If we don't require them to do it, they won't learn how, right? So it just takes a little bit of patience. But you see how I am separating the pages, and you're going to see in a moment why we're doing this. There is a reason why we are separating these pages, and you are free to staple these after the assignment is finished, after all the work is done. But let me show you the beginning of the assignment. We need to separate the pages, and you notice I kept everything in order, right? So I put my name, I've dated it, I've separated my pages. So now I'm going to put the time. All right, so I've put the time, I've documented the time that I'm about to start my work. I want the pages to be like this, all right? Because once your child starts answering the questions, all right, what I want to make sure happens is that your child is focused on only the top page. What I have noticed is, over the years of doing this, is that when we have the worksheets like this, the student is focused on one page. However, if we keep the worksheets in a booklet format, what starts to happen is that the child is tempted to flip through and try to find old answers that they did on the first page, so they don't have to think about what the answer is on the third page. Oh, okay, 6 plus 1. Let me see. Did I do 6 plus 1? Where's 6 plus 1? Okay, let me see. 6 plus 1. Okay, all right, there it is. 6 plus 1 is 7. That should not be happening. That completely this completely defeats the purpose of mental calculation. I want to make sure that they're only looking at the page that they are solving. All right. Now, what I want them to do is, after they answer maybe the first 2 or even 3 questions, they can go back on that actual page to figure out. So for example, all right, so I've answered 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 8 plus 1 is 9. And now I'm at 9 plus 1. I'm like, 9 plus 1. Well, let me see. 8 plus 1 is 9. And so 9 is just one more. So 8, 9. So that means that 9, the answer is going to be one more as well, 10. That is allowed. So they can use whatever's on the actual page to answer the questions on that actual page, but not flipping through, okay? Another thing I need you to look out for, math parents, is when students start going out of order. For example, they might want to answer this one first, then they'll skip to this one. They'll skip to this one. It's not apparent on this example that I'm using, but you will notice if you have a math student, if they start skipping around the page, you know what that means? It means they have found a pattern. They have found a pattern, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if they're skipping around the page, we're not learning mental calculation. So I need you to just make sure when they're doing their math, that they are doing it from one, doing it in number order from top to bottom, that they're not skipping around, and that only one page is visible. Now, I can let you know right now that I'm spilling the beans, some of them are not going to be happy that I'm giving you all the scoop, but I really want to make sure that our students are getting the full benefit of the math program, and that they're, that they're learning it the way that we want to teach it. Also, I have this math skill addition fact chart, and excuse me, because we use dry erase markers and I haven't wiped this yet, I apologize. But this is also another tool that we have, and I'm more than happy to share this with everyone actually, because this is another great way to exercise mental math skills. So then what we do here is that we're just asking the student to just give the answer. I would prefer them to say it out loud. If they want to use dry erase and write it, that's fine. If I give it to them, it's going to be in paper. So I don't have, they're not laminated when I give them out. But you would just have your child just go down the list and just give the answer. 4, 8, 3, 10, 7, 5, 9, 2, 6, and then just do it backwards. 6, 2, 9, 5, 7, 10, 3, 8, 4, like that, okay? And so every day you want to be able just to do one column to practice, being able just to give the answer when they see that problem. It's going to help strengthen their mental math skills. So hopefully those things will help. If you need one of these, all you have to do is let me know. I'll be more than happy to print one out for you. There you go. That's what I just want to let you know. So thank you so much for your support. Please keep your eye out and make sure our students are completing these the right way. And after you get to the very last page, let's just flip through this so I can show you. So we do all of these, we get all of these completed. So when I see them, they shouldn't be blank. We finish, we get down to the last answer. We've answered everything else, right? That last page goes at the bottom. Now I come up here and I put the time that I finished, okay? So I'm just like doing a walkthrough for you. I skipped all of this, but of course I want the student to do everything, right? So I write the time that I finished on the first page. So if you notice, all of the pages have name, date, time, name, date, time. I don't want you to name, date, and time every single page. Only the first page, okay? So after that's done, if you'd like to staple it at this point, you're more than welcome to, but for my math students, it's really important that we do one page at a time and use the problems on the page that's on top to help with mental calculations. No more booklets, no more scattered pages around so we can kind of indirectly look for the answer like this. We're kind of looking, when you're at home, when your children are at home, it should be one stack, just like it is at the Command Center. All right. Thank you so much for being amazing parents. Bye-bye.